to semester 2. We're starting today unit 1, listen to grammar and vocabulary. As Mr. Sulaiman started last time about stories, you know stories, خصص. We have you have to have some techniques to write about stories. Okay, in this lesson, inshallah, you will, by the end of this lesson, I hope that you will be able to identify past tenses, which is very important. Past tenses in stories. Practice using past tense, past simple, past continuous, and past perfect as well. And we'll try to study some similes and metaphors. Okay, choose the correct synonyms for the context, categorize similes and metaphors, and work out their meanings. Don't forget to take screenshots every time. Okay, you will be able, inshallah, to write about similes and metaphors to describe an imaginary character. Study synonyms, similes, and metaphors. Choose the correct synonyms for that context. Categorize similes and metaphors and work out their meanings. Write similes and metaphors to describe an imaginary character. Okay. Here, you have some tenses that you have already studied before. This is just a recall of some tenses like past simple. You know what's past simple, okay? Which is the verb plus ed. Like what here? Stopped and had. Stop, the past tense of stop, and had, past tense of has and have. Okay, when do we use the past symbol? We use it for something that happened in the past and for something that was true for some time in the past. Past continuous, we'll study more about them later, inshallah. Past continuous, you know that verb, which is the base form of the verb, plus ing. And before the verb, you should, because it's in the past, you must add what? Was or were. Very important. Don't add any ing to the verb without these two helping verbs. When do we use past continuous? We use it for an action that continued for some time in the past, or for a longer action that happened before and after shorter action. Like here, the wind was blowing, snow was falling, was waiting. Okay, and about past perfect, okay, we use it with the verb plus past participle of the verb. Past participle means the third type of category of the verbs. Okay, I think this one will be more elaboration here. And I added a fourth tense, because you need these tenses, you need them when you write stories, when you write about stories. Okay, look here. What do you mean by past? Past, something that happened in the past. Okay, simple describes something that was started and completed, finished action in the past. Like here, so short, by the way, past simple, very short actions. Like here, very short action happened in the past. Like John wanted, I went to Muscat. John wanted to be a writer. Okay, about past continuous, the past continuous or progressive tense describes something that was started and continued in the past. Look here, started and continued for some time in the past, not until the present. Okay, like he was always writing in his journal at that time. Okay, and here past perfect, this is a tricky one, just easy but tricky. Look here, the past perfect tense describes something that was completed before something else. So it was completed before. So we have two actions. One completed before the second action. Okay, so look at this sentence. Let me look here. when we arrived at the cinema, the film had already started. So we arrived at the cinema, the film had already started, which is number one. The film had already started, then we arrived at the cinema. Okay? John had begun to write in his first novel in November. Okay, past perfect continuous, you don't have to study it, but it's good to know it. The past perfect present tense describes something that was started and continued to a specific point in the past, similar to past continuous. But here, he had been writing his novel for 2 months before he finished. Okay, so specific time, whereas past continuous, no specifications here. Okay, let's continue our lesson. Let's take some examples of these tenses from the stories that you have already studied before the last session. Okay, past simple. Concerning this story in page 4 of your class book, how the bear lost its tail. Past simple, look here. One day Fox saw bear waving its tail around and he decided. This is in the past tense. These verbs are in the past tense. Sometimes past continuous tense is used. The wind was blowing hard and snow was falling. Okay. The past perfect tense is also used in this story. In the night, the hole had frozen around his tail. Okay, the present simple sometimes is used with even simple future tenses, used in direct speech, like when the characters speak. Okay, and when the characters in the story speak, you should use present simple or simple future. Like here, I will hide and watch. When I see a fish pull your tail, I will shout. This, as you can see here, these are words from one of the characters in the story. We call it direct speech. Direct speech. So with direct speech, use a present simple and simple future. You can, of course. And the second story. Let's take a second story that you have studied already, taken last week. The past simple here and past continuous are used for all the descriptions of the events. For example, it was the year in the past, 2050, and Earth was falling up with rubbish. The present simple and continuous also are used in the speech, as I told, speech bubbles. People are complaining. We need to find a solution to the world's waste problem. Again, direct speech, use present tense. Future tenses here are used. Soon our waste problems will be over and we are going to crash into the moon. So let's go to the third story. Let's see the past tense here. Most of the narrative used past simple here, like the train stopped in the dark. We waited, past simple. The present simple and simple future tenses are used in direct speech. The train is on fire. The train is on fire and I will be burned alive. As you can see, in stories we use past tenses like past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and in the stories themselves with direct speech use present tense. So be careful when you use direct speech, talking, speaking from the character side. When they talk and you want to make a direct speech, the man said, I will, I have, we are. We use present tense. Okay? So let's continue. Now, let's go to a class book, page 6, will you? Activity 1, read and answer. Read, Ahmed. Read a traditional Arab story, The Farmer Without a Brain. It's a traditional story, it could be a legend. Think of a suitable verb to complete each verb. I have already given you the verbs here, but I want you to use these verbs, the given verbs here, to use them to complete the story. Use past simple or past continuous to complete the gap. Okay? So let's have a game. As I told you, take a screenshot or put your book here with you. Okay, you will need them to write. I will guide you through the game. So to save time, I'll try to be with you. We have just 10 questions. Quickly, please. You have this code here, 497723. Make sure that you have your book with you. So we'll go through sentences and I'll read them for you. Then you will answer. Then we will move to the next question and etc. And please write your names, no nicknames, please. Write your names. Here we go. Okay, 14. Let's start for at least 100. Let's read a story until you are ready. Here, many years ago, two farmers, Imran and Laith, used the verb walk. So, look here, two farmers, singular or plural? This is the first question you should ask yourself first before you choosing what to write, past simple or past continuous. Okay, Imran and Laith, two, use the verb walk, through a wood to their fields when they, what? When they, the footprints of a lion on the path. Look, look, there are lions nearby. We should go home. So they saw what here? Footprints. We should go home, whispered Imran. No, we have got work to do, Laith replied. Okay, and so on. Make sure that you use these verbs. Okay, use them, use these verbs. Walk, see, go, march, march, like what? When you march, soldiers. Turn, take, meet, say, talk, and see. Okay? Okay, let's start our game. Now, I want you to write the answer. Okay, many years ago, two farmers, Imran and Laith, what? Use the verb walk, of course. Okay. Through a wood. Should we go to the next question? Okay, next question. We don't have time, please. All done, good. it should be not using. They what? The footprints of a lion on the path. They what? Thank you, guys. Okay, let's continue. Well done. Next question. Next question. No need for leader. Okay, we have many correct answers. Well done. The men what? To the farm. To the farm. Well done, guys. In less than half a minute, most of you have answered. Well done. Okay, let's go to the next question. As he what? Away. As he what? Away. As he. Okay. Good. Okay, cancel now. As he, use the verb march. So as he what? Marched, or was marching, or were marching. Okay. Next one. Next question. Because there are 10 questions, so we have to move them fast. Okay. He what? To lathe and shouted, well, I'm not going that way. He to lathe, turn, use the verb turn, to lathe and shouted. He what? Well done. Most of you got them correct. Meanwhile, lathe, blah blah, the same way back through the wood. Lathe. Let's see the question. Lathe what? The same. Meanwhile, lathe, use the verb take, took, take, takes, was taking, were taking. What do you think? Good. Next question. Soon he, the lion who was waiting for him on the path. Wow. A lion was waiting for lathe on the path. Soon he. Number 7. Verbs meet. So it's in the past, right? Remember a story. Very easy. I hope so. 40. Okay, good. Don't worry, by the end, I hope I have time. I'll give you a good homework to practice your tenses, past tenses, by the end of the lesson. Okay, the lion, what? I need to eat. The lion, so there's a direct speech, huh? I need, present tense, to eat your brain and make me clever and powerful. Okay. While the lion, use the verb talk. While, remember when you see the word while, use continuous. Present or past, use continuous. With while. With when, you use past tense, past symbol. Okay, let's continue. So the last one, the last question, last sentence. Layth what Imran on the mountain path. Last one. In the past, what do we say? Well done, guys. Well done. So, let's continue our lesson to see the answers here. So, the answers are: number 1, were walking, were, because plural, Imran and Layth. 2, plural English. 2, saw, went. Number 3, was marching. Number 4, turned, took, met, said, was, talking, and so. Well done, guys. Okay, let's move to the next activity. Please open your skills box, page 4, activity number 1. I will have a short quiz here if we have time. Read this conversation between Layth and his sister. So Layth is talking to his sister Amna. Circle the correct verbs to complete Layth's answers. So choose either past simple or past continuous or past perfect. Okay? Should we go on? I want you to finish it quickly, as quick as possible. Here, this one. Okay, here's the code, 856728. Okay, find the quiz. Waiting for you to join. So until you join, let's read here. So number 1, is it walked or was walking? As I told you, look at the subject first. So what's the subject here? I. Home. Through the forest, and I saw a lion. There is 2 verbs in the sentence here. One in the past, so the other one is in the what? Number 2, was seeing. Do we see was seeing or had seen a footprint earlier that day when I walked? Another verb here. Number 3, yes, I felt or had felt really scared. A completed action in the past. Number 4, was tricking or tricked the lion. The verb trick, you do it just once. So why continuous? Well, the lion had climbed or was climbing the mountain. So 2 actions, one long action and one short one. Okay. Oh my God. Here, okay, let's start. Just 5 questions, and please answer quickly, as quick as possible. Well done. Okay. Just look at the questions. I, home, walked or was walking home through the forest. Oh, sorry, printing mistake here. The forest should be 2 words, not just 1 word. And I saw a lion. Okay, I was seeing or had seen a footprint earlier that day when I walked to work. 3, I felt or had felt really scared. 4, I tricked or was tricking the lion. As I told you, just once. Number 5, while the lion was climbing or had climbed the mountain, I warned Imran and he ran home as fast as he could. Okay, do we see finishers here? Oh, nice. Okay, done, well done, finished, very good. Let's move to our next. Let's see the answers. So number 1, was walking. Number 2, had seen. 3, felt. 4, tricked the lion. 5, was climbing. Well done, guys. Let's go to another activity here. Activity skills book page 4, activity number 2, read and complete. Now, read the sentences 1 to 5. Write the verb in brackets in the correct form of past simple or past continuous or past perfect. So you have a verb here. In each sentence you have a verb. Use this verb to complete the sentence. It was a lovely day and the sun, it was. The past symbol. So what's missing is past what? Continuous. Suddenly he heard or was hearing or had heard a loud noise and stopped. Stopped. So actions, one action, two action, completed action, another completed action, and so on. Number 3, after we finished or had finished or was finishing, do we say was finishing? Oh, that's the song. Our homework, we went out to meet our friends. No one even noticed when I got home because they, what were they doing when I got home? They, plural, they. So football and TV. Usually when you watch TV, you use present continuous as a sentence. At the shop, I discovered that I, at the shop, I discovered that I, what? The past. So let's go on to the next. Let's see the answers. I hope that you got it because we will we don't have much time, so we'll go straight to the answers. Sorry about that. So number 1, was shining. I hope that you got them correct all. Number 2, suddenly he heard a loud voice. After we had finished our homework, we went to meet our friends. So 2 actions, 1, 2 before the past. After we had finished, okay, we went to see our friends. Okay, number 4, were watching. No one even noticed when I got home because they were watching football. It's in the past continuous. At the shop, I discovered that I had lost. I discovered that I had lost. So here the present, future, past. Which one? 2 actions. Okay, one before the other. Okay, I had lost, then I discovered. Okay, number 2. So this is number 2. First, I had lost it, my wallet, then I discovered it. Okay? Well done, guys. Both activity 3 and 4, they are cancelled, but it doesn't mean that you don't take a look at them. You can take a look and use some words and vocabs that you can get here. Always good. Let's go on to the next section of our lesson today. Synonyms, similes, and metaphors. To write interesting stories, writers often use synonyms, similes, and metaphors. Synonym is a word or phrase that has similar meaning to another word or phrase, like old, ancient, antique, aged. All of these words mean not new. Okay. You just with synonyms, you don't stick just to one word. You have to make your writing good, brilliant, you have to what? Use other words that have the similar meaning. Okay, similar meaning. You don't always say good, he is good, he is good, they are good, we are good. You can say good, you can say very excellent, you can say fantastic, marvelous. Okay, use similar words, synonyms. A simile, using synonyms in a story makes it more interesting stories with synonyms. A simile is an expression that compares two things. Synonyms, a simile is an expression that compares two things with similar characteristics using as or like. Okay? Using as or like. Sorry about this. So use as or like. The thunder roared like an angry lion. She was as quiet as a mouse. Very means what? Very quiet. You don't hear a voice of the mouse. So she is very quiet. Instead of saying she was very quiet, you can say she was as quiet as a mouse, to say that she is very, very quiet. A metaphor is an expression that describes something by comparing it to something else with similar characteristics. Metaphors are often not literal, be careful here, and you may need to think about them to understand. Sometimes they are a little bit tough or difficult. You have to understand them. He has a heart of gold. It doesn't mean that his heart is from gold. We don't have gold hearts. A person cannot really have a heart made of gold. So this is not literal. It's not literal. It means the person has a good heart, kind person, kind heart. Okay? Now let's continue to our class book, page 7, activity number 2. Look here, read the story extract. We have some extracts from the story. In each extract, find a word with the same meaning as the word in bold. So, find a word that has the same meaning as this one. Machine, gloomy, bring. So, with first one, machine, or like this one. It's like a machine. So what do we call it? A mobile phone is a machine. So what do we call it? You can find it here. Suddenly it made a loud noise and exploded. There was something wrong with the same as machine, device. Gloomy. We entered the dark forest nervously. It was so gloomy. Cannot what? See. That we couldn't see beyond our own hands. Okay? His grandmother looked over her glasses and asked him to bring in the bags. Give me the bags. Then she asked him to fetch more wood for the fire. Okay? and the answers as you wrote them here. So machine is a device, equal to device. Gloomy, dark, cannot see, so dark, it's here. Fetch, the same meaning as bring. Okay, well done. Let's go now to another activity. We are running out of time here. Let's go ahead. Page 7, activity number 3. Read and complete. Read the sentences and choose the correct option, A or B. So people say fierce or violent video games. With video games, what do we call them? Do we say fierce or violent video games? Read well, travel to France or commute to France. Be careful. There are synonyms, but it doesn't mean that you can use them in all the sentences. No. The ice of the lake on the lake was too slim or too thin to walk on. At the end of the story, the police caught the wrong person or the incorrect person. You see, synonyms, but you have to be careful. He yawned and said, let's go house or let's go home. What do we say? Okay? Let's see your answers, but please be quick. I'll give you just 2 minutes for the game. Can we do it in 2 minutes? Quickly, guys, ladies, gentlemen. 989792. 989, the code 989792. Okay, we're waiting for you. Who is number 1? Who's going to? Okay, Muhammad Ajmi. Maha Azahra. Okay, shall we start? 15 seconds and we will start. 14. Okay. Let's start. And please be quick. I will read the questions for you. Oh, Muhammad Al-Ajmi. Is it Muhammad Hussein? Questions. So people say what? Fierce video games or violent video games? Be careful. Reem will travel or commute to France. The ice on the lake was too slim or thin. With things, what do we use? Do we use slim or thin? With people, we use different synonyms for people or different words for things, even if they are synonyms. Well done, completed as expected. Very good. Let's go on. So, number 1, violent. We say violent video games. Number 2, travel. Commute, we use it when we refer to a journey between home and work. When you go to from home to work, from your house to your work, you can use the word commute. But with travel, you travel from a country to another country. Okay. Number 3, thin, because slim we use it with people. Usually we use slim with people. Number 4, wrong, because incorrect, usually we use it with information and answers. Incorrect answer, incorrect piece of information. But with persons, people use wrong, the wrong guy, the wrong man, the wrong woman. Okay, he yawned and said, let's go house or home. You have to memorize this. Never say let's go house. Always say let's go home. Always say let's go home, not let's go house. Okay? Next. Let's have an activity for similes and metaphors. Let's see how strong you are. Here, read this page 5, your skills book still, page 5, activity number 5. Read that and discuss the meaning. We don't have to discuss, I will read it. And I believe that you have already written the answers. Okay. Here are similes. I slept like a baby last night. What does it mean? I slept like a baby. How do babies sleep? Very what? Her answer was as clear as mud. Mud. You know mud? Water and dirt. It's mud. Meaning what? How was her answer? My brother is as brave as a lion. As brave as a lion. Okay. What does it mean? With metaphors, my exam was a breeze. Wow. I hope all of your exams are a breeze. My sister is an early bird. Always. Early bird. Metaphors. She is not a bird. Okay. I was dead tired after the hike. When we went hiking, then after the hike, I was dead tired, means exhausted. Okay, what are the meanings? Let's see. So, I slept like a baby means what? When you sleep very well, very quiet. As clear as mud, very difficult to understand. As brave as a lion, very brave. Very brave. A breeze, very easy. I hope all of your exams are a breeze. My sister is an early bird, wakes up or arrives to work or school early. Okay, dead tired, really tired. Exhausted, very tired. Okay. Okay, let's go to our, I believe, the last activity before the homework. Read the examples of similes. Here you have some similes and metaphors describe characters. Write a simile or a metaphor to describe the appearance, feelings, and behavior of a character. Here, some similes and metaphors about what? Appearances, appearance, madhar, feelings, how do you feel, and behavior, how do you behave. Okay, you should write some what? Similes or metaphor to describe appearance, feelings, behavior. Find out, try to find out more about them. What do they mean, these ones? What do they mean? Her skin was as white as snow. It means what? She has very pale skin, very pale. His eyes were diamonds, very attractive, beautiful eyes. She was an ugly duckling, ugly duckling. She was ugly when she was young, but grew up to be beautiful. Her hands were like ice, means what? Very, very cold. She felt as free as a bird, free as bird. She had nothing to worry about at that time. His mood was dark. He was in a bad mood, angry and so on. She is as quiet as a mouse. We have taken it earlier, very quiet. So I believe that some of you will use it later on. As quiet as a mouse. He acts like a clown. He is an idiot. Not clever means. He is a bad apple. Bad apple, like a bad person. Now, look at these similes and metaphors. Which words does a simile usually contain? Which words? Can you say? Very good. As. and what? Like as well, and like. Okay, very good, dear students. Let's give you a homework and see who is going to answer it. Okay, I want you to now, I'll give you a homework for today, starting from 4:30 after 10 minutes, and use this code. Okay, use this code. This is your homework. This is your homework. Please quickly take a screenshot. You can do it later on. It will not take much time from you, a few minutes. It's about past tenses, 30 questions of past tenses, past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and I think past perfect continuous. 3, 4, 3, 9, 6, 8, 6, 6. Okay? Well done, dear students. Now, thank you for listening. Thanks very much. I want you to be charming, dress nicely, give compliments, slow down, okay? Wish others a nice day, wish me a nice day, okay? Smile at strangers, observe and listen carefully. Listen more than talk. Laugh, and most of all, have a nice day. Thank you very much for listening.